Welcome back to the stream recap, and this is Stationeers Day 3, and a lot of the base here looks pretty much a lot the same as it did before, because the main, oh, for crying out loud, I almost wish I could turn that function off, you know, disable things like that for these videos, because this is just loading an old save and talking about what happened. But yeah, anyhow, the main effort for this stream was to get the tankage set up here and all this plumbing, and the furnace is now a lot more properly set up. It's not completely and totally set up right, but what we've got here is a situation that anything that I put into the furnace, whether it's ices or volatiles or ores or anything like that, most things when you put them into the furnace will generate a certain amount of gases, and there's a variety of different gases. There's 6 of them entirely. There's oxygen, nitrogen, CO2, water, hydrogen, and well, it's labeled as volatiles, or in a gas analyzer it's called gas X. It's the pollutant and whatnot, waste gas pretty much from a lot of things. But you put all these things, you put various and sundry things in the furnace, metals and ores to smelt them, ices to melt them and just get the gas out of them, and this stuff builds up in the furnace. And along the output pipe here, I got a valve. I turn that valve on, and the gas goes through this pipe and around here and down here. And on the pipe are these things here, pipe radiators, because a lot of what comes out of this furnace is going to be extremely hot. So the radiators are there for cooling it down. You don't want to send hot gases and whatnot into your storage. It's just not a good idea. And that comes down around here and goes this way, and this pipe goes into the input of these filtration machines. Each one has a filter cartridge. This one will sort out oxygen, and everything that isn't oxygen will come out the filtration waste thing and go back out into the entry pipe. And this one will filter out nitrogen, this one will filter out CO2, and so on. Along the way, I also have set up here a way to fill these canisters, because this pipe that goes into the tank has got access to the full supply of there. And I've got a pressure regulator here set to 9,000 kilopascals, and it's feeding that much pressure in through here, a valve here which is currently open, to send that through the pipe and into the canister. This one is filling an oxygen tank for later on when the one that I've got in my suit finally runs out. Another thing I've got here is for when the waste tank is full, as mine was early on in this stream. It got full, the systems and the suit stopped working so good, so I had to make another tank. I'm not sure where it is right now, and pop it in here and open this valve, and right here is a back pressure regulator, and this one is basically, it regulates how much pressure is allowed to be on this side of it over here, and it's set to 0, and so it's going to pump everything out of this, any tank or canister I put in here and through here and into the filtration system, where it gets filtered and sorted out and sent to where it needs to go. And that way, with an empty waste tank, my suit's air conditioning and air conditioning and air filtration works, because without that it doesn't work, and if that doesn't work, you don't live very long. But this wasn't really all that difficult to get set up and working, a little bit time consuming, and there's still a lot of work to go on it. There's some rearranging that needed to be done, and there's more work that needs to be done with the furnace and whatnot. But yeah, this thing is shaping up, and there is some important functional stuff going on here. Yeah, And that's about the size of things. Now, yeah, the graphical glitches when the solar panels get to a real low angle like that, they kind of flip around like that and then spin back around to face the sun, and then when the sun goes down, they start tracking backwards so that when the sun comes up, they're facing the sun. Yeah, anyway, that's about the size of things right there. And I'll be back soon with the recap for day 4 of that live stream series. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.
Mr. TinFoilChef.